Madonna has sparked some major controversy over the years, and many of us over the last decade have felt pretty disappointed with the pop star, as she's done nothing but sell herself out to get attention, and she doesn't even realize how weird she's been coming off. While many of us hope the star will snap out of it soon, some fans have been pointing out some red flags that we should have been noticing. Hi, I'm Stacey Taylor, and today I'm counting down the top 10 Madonna warning signs we can't ignore. And number 10, wardrobe malfunction at the VMAs. At the very first MTV Video Music Awards in 1984, Madonna's stiletto slipped right off her foot during her performance of her song Like a Virgin. Instead of trying to fix it and put it back on, she turned the incident into a horror show. The singer would flip up her dress, and although the malfunction was accidental, her management team was convinced that the bride's flashing of flesh would spark enough outrage to ensure she would never work again. While she was trying to smooth the move, like dive for the shoe and make it look like it was choreographed, it definitely backfired when her dress malfunctioned and she had a slip up. While many people were concerned Madonna's career was over before she even started her career, she would continue on, and with it came some more red flags, and we couldn't ignore them. And number 9, Like a Prayer video. Madonna is no stranger when it comes to controversy, as over the course of her long career, she has frequently pushed boundaries just to stay afloat. One of the biggest scandals involving Madonna is when the singer released her video for her song Like a Prayer back in 1989. Now, Like a Prayer was initially designed to push people's buttons, as Madonna witnesses a crime happen to a white woman by a group of white men. A black man would later intervene to help the woman, but instead he would be arrested for the crime. While Madonna hides in a church, she debates about whether she should come forward as a witness. Later, a statue of a saint in the church resembling the man arrested would come to life, and Madonna would kiss the saint and would begin dancing with the gospel choir in a field of burning crosses before eventually going to the police station to declare the man's innocence. At the time of the music video's release, religious groups were not happy, and Pepsi, who Madonna was actually a spokeswoman for at the time, would drop her from their ads. Hey Peaches, are you enjoying this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And number 8, the coffee table book. If you were in need of a coffee table book back in 1992, then Madonna's book was probably the excellent option for you. Madonna would work with fashion photographer Steven Meisel to produce a pretty controversial book filled with some pretty controversial photos that were shot in various locations such as the Chelsea Hotel. Retailing for around the time at $49.95, the spiral-bound 128-page book featuring Madonna's body and her views on intimacy would have the Vatican urging for its followers to boycott the book, and many bookstores would only put it on display behind the cash register and would only sell to customers who were the age of 18. Years later, her book has become a collector's item that has fetched hundreds of dollars on the resale market. Now, Madonna's book still remains one of the biggest pop culture statements, and it still comes off with a lot of controversy as people still want to know what was going through her head that led her to release it. And number 7, Justify My Love gets booted from MTV. If YouTube existed when Madonna released Justify My Love in 1990, the extremely NSFW music video would have gone viral in minutes, if not seconds. However, because Madonna chose to release such a controversial music video back in the 1990s, it would cause MTV to label the video as unfit for television. The video would then be released as the first ever single VHS format, and it would sell for just under $10. The video would soon become the most top-selling video of all time. The 5-minute video would feature a handful of fantasies and controversial themes, and when ABC Nightlife interviewed Madonna about the controversy, she said she knew the video didn't fit MTV guidelines, but she thought the executives would just bend the rules for her. And number 6, the 20-minute rant on the late night show with David Letterman. Before Madonna became who she is today, she had an iconic potty mouth appearance on the late night show with David Letterman back in 1994. The superstar wandered onto the set looking like a love child and greeted David by calling him the man who has his finger on the pulse of total strangers. Madonna would then go on to swear in the interview, and it would quickly turn inappropriate when Letterman would yell, "Go kiss a guy" in the audience. It was clear that the two had some beef prior to the interview, and before the show, Madonna had actually gifted him a pair of her undergarments. And during the interview, she continually asked him to give them a sniff. which was pretty disturbing. The interview was extremely bizarre, and before leaving, she would casually turn to David and say, "Incidentally, you are a sick F." Madonna managed to make him feel really uncomfortable, and her 20-minute long rant was hardly PG at all. And number 5, kisses Britney and Christina at the VMAs. 19 years after Madonna's iconic performance of Like a Virgin at the VMAs, she would take the stage again in 2003, but this time there were 3 brides joining Madonna for a rendition of the track, Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera. Both superstars were trying to break out of their teen idol boxes by proving how they weren't so innocent as they appeared. Madonna, on the other hand, would keep up her tradition of shocking everyone at the VMAs when she decided to help Britney and Christina break their innocent looks. Madonna would go on to give them both the kiss, but made sure to give Britney one steamy one. While Madonna and Britney's kiss received a lot of media attention that they no doubt hoped for, Christina and Madonna's kiss was completely ignored, mainly because when it took place on the cameras, they quickly cut to Justin Timberlake to capture his awkward reaction. Years later, Christina would say the whole thing was just weird. At 4, mounts herself on a cross. Madonna can't seem to get away from using religious imagery during her concerts and music videos, and you think because the star has received so much backlash over the years that she would just stop and leave it alone. During her Confessions tour in 2006, Madonna took her already criticized religious symbolism to the next level when she performed on a cross while singing live to Tell Additionally. As expected, Madonna's performance would draw huge backlash from religious leaders. Later, she would come out to try to apologize for her actions by saying, "My confession follows and takes place on a crucifix that I ultimately come down from. This is not a mocking of the church." However, this was definitely clear she was mocking the church because she continues to do controversial things to religious imagery, and it just isn't right. 3, kisses Drake at Coachella. Madonna clearly has a thing for making out with fellow performers on stage, even if that performer is not even half her age. When Madonna chose to live her best life and decided to make out with Drake during their Coachella performance, Drake did not appear happy about Madonna's prolonged smooch on stage, and his overall reaction to the kiss has gone down in our brains as such a hilarious moment. Drake would later head to his Instagram to clarify his reaction by saying, "Don't misinterpret my shock. I got to make out with Queen Madonna and I feel 100% about that forever. Thank you, Madonna." However, his sour face after the encounter says otherwise, and he definitely did not enjoy that kiss whatsoever. And number 2, makes headlines in Puerto Rico. On October 26, 1993, Madonna would soon make headlines after she performed in Puerto Rico and caused a huge stir among the people living there. While performing, Madonna would do the unthinkable, and she decided to take the Puerto Rican flag and rub it in between her legs in front of 26,000 fans. Soon after, protest and criticism against the star would start to rise due to her disrespectful behavior, and then the Puerto Rican House Representatives would then make the decision to charge Madonna with desecration of the flag and would pass a resolution to condemn her. I don't really know what was going through Madonna's head at the time for her even to think this was a good idea, but it was seriously disturbing. So how do you feel about this situation? And let me know in the comments below. And number 1 today, we have claimed she's the master. Madonna has proven to all of us that she's a pro when it comes to Photoshop. When Madonna took it upon herself to Photoshop herself into Beyonce's and Jay-Z's video to replace CR on the walls with her album cover, she would caption the photo at the time as learning from the master, which pretty much said that Jay-Z and Beyonce were learning from her because she was the master. Now, she was definitely trying to poke fun about her 4 decades in the industry. However, when the post met some major controversy, Madonna would then have a change of heart, and then she would delete the word master and would just have learning lol. But she still got the message she was trying to say across, but I wouldn't exactly say Madonna was the master they were learning from, because it's more like she's learning from them at this point. Well, that's it for this video, my little peaches. Until the next one, remember to stay juicy.